Hey guys, this is MattiAce. Yeah, so after a little bit of air-to-air action, I decided to put some of my time and effort into air-to-ground instead, using the Banshee. Now, aside from just switching a weapon, I'm using the exact same loadout. It's hover stability, it's fire suppression, and the weapon is equipped with thermal, magazine size, and fully upgraded ammo capacity. Now what I'm focusing on in this gameplay is to try to be as hard of a target myself rather than going for perfect aim, because the survivability of the ESFs has been one of the biggest problems, not only for myself but for a lot of other players. And keeping a perfect aim on a target, even with a weapon such as the Banshee, is rather tricky if you are dodging at the same time. So when it comes to the fly style that you will see me focusing on in this video, it's going to be based on always keeping in motion in flight mode, flying forward. I will try to avoid getting into hover mode in order to be able to quickly escape flak and lock-ons. And well, in the very end of the video, you will see me trying to get into hover mode and trying to dodge that way, but it's going to fail miserably, and that is also one of the reasons why I don't do it anymore. Now the thing is that these so-called reverse maneuvers are quite effective ways of keeping a momentum, dodging and avoiding incoming fire, but the movement speed that you gain from using the vertical thrust and the thrusters is just not enough in order to avoid flak and lock-ons. It's perfectly viable when you are fighting other ESFs, as long as they're not using coyotes and lock-ons, but against flak and, well, of course also ground lock-ons, it just doesn't help. You also got to keep in mind that while you are in hover mode and you're using your afterburner, you're consuming more afterburner fuel, and this was part of an ESF nerf that was made by SOE a few months back. Now, the style that you're seeing here is quite suitable for the Mossy and also for the Reaver using the air hammer, I would say. But if you want to try to do this as a sight pilot with a light PPA, you might not be very successful. It's not really the way I would recommend you to fly with light PPA, even though, I mean, if you try it and it works for you, then by all means, go for it. But this playstyle is based on speed. You come in fast and you hit hard and you get the hell out of there as soon as you can. And I think it's a playstyle that suits the Mossy with Banshee perfectly. The Mossy is a bit faster than the other two, and the Banshee kills fast, almost as fast as the Airhammer. Well, in some cases actually faster, since there is a little gap between each shot with the Airhammer. So yeah, I got a little bit greedy there and I failed. And before I continue the Banshee here, I just want to show you that if you are on the receiving end of this and you feel that the game sucks, you get farmed by air guys and you have no chance defending yourself, there is no need for that kind of frustration, or letting that frustration ruin your gaming experience, I should say, because you're not in any way defenseless against air-to-ground ESFs. Here I'm in the exact opposite situation. I want to push into the building, into the A point, and defend it from these Vanu players. However, we do not have enough anti-air, and I decided to spawn a dual burster myself. Now when it comes to how many bursters or how many Skyguards you need for, each ESF or for multiple ESFs and some such, there are a lot of different opinions about this. I would say that if there are two of you, you work together, you are experienced, and you communicate, you can easily deny the airspace for at least half an air squad. Just don't wander off too far and get your engineers and medics killed. Now the way I use anti-air here is that since I'm alone, I'm not trying to just go for the kill as much as possible. I'm shooting them the moment I see them in order to kind of tell them there's anti-air here, go somewhere else. But if there's two of you and you really want to secure the kill, you need to just wait a little bit and shoot when they are closer, and shoot at the same time once they get closer. I also want to point out that normally when I play infantry, I move the render distance slider all the way down to 500 because I really don't need any more for pure infantry, that is. But for anti-air, vehicle, and especially air, you need a little bit more. For what I'm doing here, I'd say more than 1,000 is not needed. It's a bonus if you feel like you can have it and if you think that the game looks better, which it does. But I'd say 500 for infantry, about 1,000, maybe a little bit more for vehicle gameplay, and for air gameplay. If you have like 1,500, you can see everything that is valuable to see. The problem is that when you lower your render distance, the game replaces all the buildings and everything from the map with kind of a white fog, and that white fog can sometimes mess up your tracers. It can be hard to see your tracers. So for that reason, only for better tracer visibility, you might want to have even higher render distance. Now when you're doing these things, it's quite important that you adapt your playstyle to the surroundings, the map, and you make a bit of a risk assessment in all situations. Like in that previous kill up there on top of the hill, I could have killed another guy there, but there were so many vehicles and so many infantry players there that I didn't want to stay. Instead, I wanted to get behind cover. While doing so, I was able to pick off another guy, and here I could come back for the kill and get a little bit of a bonus. Again, keeping low in order to avoid anti-air and lock-ons, and I see that there are some Banner players going down this hill as well. Now here it would have been very easy to be greedy, and many times I've made the mistake of staying and to secure that one kill, but I was taking at least one lock-on and I just didn't want to take the risk. So during all this you might ask yourself, where is all the anti-air now? Where is all the lock-ons? Where are all the air-to-air ESFs that could have easily hunted me down here? Well, the thing of it is that it's a bit late, and we, the Terran Republic, are having a population advantage. Currently TR has 40% of the Indar pop, and the server is also rather empty. Aside from it being a little bit late, right now there is a football match going on and a lot of people are watching that one. And as I'm sure you know, even if you are from America, the United States of America, football is a big thing here in Europe. And by football I mean that sport where the ball is actually round and you're supposed to kick it, not carry it with your hands. So here comes a situation that I want to talk about a little bit. So you notice how I fired upon 3 infantry players, but I only killed 2, and the second one survived. So what I did was that I of course switched target a little bit too quickly, and while I was shooting at that second guy, I also was taking that lock on that kind of threw me off a little bit. I wanted to check on the minimap whether or not it was more than 1. Now if you get really experienced with this, and you have the same upgrades as I have with the magazine size fully upgraded, what you might want to try to go for is to, even though you have to switch target for each individual kill, you might want to try to get 4 kills for each magazine. Now this is really hard to do. It takes a lot of experience. You need to know exactly how much you need to shoot and how close you have to be in order to do it. It's kind of a hot and spicy thing to do, and it's something that you might want to focus on if you know that people are not going to shoot back at you, at least in the beginning. I am not really experienced enough to do it or to attempt to do it, and in this situation, even though I'm taking almost no flecken lock-ons compared to what I normally take on Cobalt, it is still enough to kill me if I stay for a second or two too long.
Enemy medic in the area.
As you can tell, there are a couple of anti-air maxes here now, but the way I'm switching up from what angle I come in, and also by flying low, I'm trying to make it as hard for them as possible to see me and predict my movements. And what I do is that the moment I realize that I'm taking a little bit of flak, I instantly get away from there, and I don't risk taking another second, staying another second in flak in order to secure another kill. Well, at least this time I do that. Lately, especially in Hausen, I've been flying with jump jets and flying low, and I just basically suicide my mouse into a base where I see that there is a good fight, and then I continue playing light assault. This time, however, and partly for the sake of this video, I wanted to try to play a little bit more with staying alive in mind. Now, had that been a decimator, or actually even a default rocket launcher followed up with a couple of shots, I would have been dead. So even if you fly as careful as you can and as fast as you can, if you do this against experienced players, you are most likely not going to last all that long.
Enemy max. Stay alert. Enemy medic nearby. Eyes on hostile light assault trooper.
Yeah, like I said earlier, about 40% population favoring us on a relatively empty server, and that favors, of course, air superiority quite a lot. It's yeah, I don't know why SOE don't try to fix server population imbalances, but either way, this does not protect you from making stupid mistakes.
on a VS site. Enemy Sunderer in the area. Spotted a Vanu mag
User
rider.
left your channel.
Yeah, with the presence of a Skyguard next to the Mag Rider, you need to of course stay away. And it's not like you can do a lot of damage to a Mag Rider with a Banshee, and keeping enough distance is going to make you safe from the Skyguard. Well, yeah, at least the Skyguard. So anyway, this turned into one of those rather long videos. There is actually about 5 more minutes left. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will finish the video, and please let me know what you think. So that's all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and bye for now.
ID'd an enemy lightning. Eyes on an enemy gunship. Hostile lightning chase spotted. Enemy Max spotted.